Hallelujah. El Shaddai, the Henu, Portenu, Amiabami, Yeskapa, Yako, Kakwados, Wishim, Kakwados, Wishim, Hamay, Wisham, Mene, Israel, Yashabat, Lasso, Yashabat, Ladur, Tamit, Ola, Vaini, Mene, Israel, Ultinola, Kisha, Shabi, Masada, Sada, Shamai, where Taris, Mayo must be, Shabbat, Nafash, Baru Shemeka, Baru Meneka, Baru Turateka, Baru Tushateka. El Shaddai Malek, El Shaddai Malak, El Shaddai Imlok, Olam Ma'eh, Baruch Shem Kabol Malkut, Olam Ma'eh, Baruch Kabol Elohim B'Kumo Malek Elyon, Hallelujah, Olam Ma'eh. First of all, I'd like to give all honor and praise to the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob, the great mighty revered God, the Most High God, who bestows loving kindness and blesses all things, who remembers the pious deeds of the patriarchs, the Most High, slow of anger, great kindness, forgiving iniquity and transgressions, and who will by no means clear the guilty. His and the iniquities of fathers upon the children to the third and fourth generation. The Most High's work is perfect for all his ways of justice, the God of faithfulness and without iniquity, just and right and see. You may be seated. Giving due respect and honor to a head in Israel, my father, chief of liaison, to the chieftain, princes, brothers and sisters. I say unto you the tongue of my forefathers, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Deuteronomy chapter 17. We're going to go into the law. And we read these laws trying to find you. We read the book with the purpose of trying to find yourself. Trying to find things in you that God hates. Trying to find things in you that God said we should not be this way. Because the law tells us how God wants us to be. The book tells us how we need to be accepted by God. The book shows us the things that we can do to grasp the attention of God. The book also shows us how God can push us away. God don't push us away. Yes, he do. Continue doing things that's contrary from what God said, and he will push you away. So the ways and the customs is in the book. And we got to stop calling evil, and God ain't calling evil. We got to stop saying this is righteous, and God never said it's righteous. The description of what is evil, what is wicked, what is abominable is in the book. Don't tell me this is an abomination and God ain't said it's an abomination. I don't want to hear it. This is an abomination in your sick mind. All of our minds are sick. War. Sick minds. So, the only thing that's going to heal that sick mind is by taking heed to what God said to take heed to. We got to take heed to this. Let's go to Deuteronomy 17. Let's read.
Deuteronomy
17.
Deuteronomy chapter 17. Thou shalt not sacrifice unto the Lord thy God any bullock or sheep wherein is blemish.
Okay. No. He said, thou shalt not sacrifice unto the Lord thy God any bullock or sheep wherein is a blemish. We took animals with defects, physical defects, and gave God things that we didn't want. If we didn't want it, we gave it to God. Oh, I don't like this. I give it to God. He'll take it. Which means, how much do you think about your God? How important do you think about your God to just give him anything, to just say anything, to just do it? See, according to how we, according to our actions, according to how we speak, according to the things that we do, will show how important God is to you.
How much you reverence?
How much do you reverence and respect God? It go the same way. From man to man. It go the same way. From woman to woman, man to man, concerning each other. Go the same thing, man. So a blemish can also be a physical defect. It's also a moral stain. Moral stains is what causes you to have a blemish in your spirit. So what are moral stains? First of all, what are morals? Morals are principles. I said morals are principles, right? Of right and wrong. Principles of right and wrong behavior and the goodness or badness of human character. See, your morals are principles that are set up by God. That's what your morals are supposed to be based off of. The principles that's set up by God. You know what tells me you have good morals? Show me how you live. Show me how you live. Show me the things that you do. I want to see your behavior, how you act, because your morals are going to tell me how to move with you.
Yes, sir.
And how not to move with you.
Okay, that's how you go.
Huh? That's how your morals is. So a person's standard of behavior or belief concerning what is and is not acceptable for them to do.
God accepted.
Huh? I said a person's standards of behavior or beliefs. Beliefs. Your beliefs is concerning the laws and the commandments of God, and because I believe these laws, commandments, and statutes of God, then concerning this is what's gonna tell me what I should do, what I shouldn't do, what I should be doing, what I shouldn't be doing. Okay? Your morals or your ideas about what is right or wrong, especially how you should act and treat people. Tom sheep.
Thou shalt not sacrifice unto the Lord thy God any bullock or sheep, wherein is blemish, or any evil favoredness. But that is an abomination unto the Lord thy God.
For that is an abomination unto the Lord thy God. It's detestable. God hated. There are things that God hates. I said there are things that God hates. And we do things that cause God to hate us. I said we do things that cause God to hate us.
So God does not hate.
Huh? We could do things that will cause God to love us. It's all in the book. It's all up to you. It's your choice. Let's read.
If there be found among you within any of thy gates, which the Lord thy God giveth thee, man or woman that hath wrought wickedness in the sight of the Lord thy God,
man or woman that hath done wickedness in what? In the sight of the Lord thy God,
in transgressing his covenant,
in departing from his covenant, from leaving off from the agreement of God. What is the covenant? Well, anytime we sin presumptuously, we done broke the covenant. We done broke the agreement. I said we done broke the agreement. Now, when we done went and broke off the agreement that we had with God, now what happens after that now? Sin lies at the door. Sin takes over. Iniquity takes over. Go ahead.
and have gone and served other gods, and worship them.
and have gone and served all the other gods. The Hebrew word for gone is yalak. It means to go or to walk after. To go means to follow a certain course or procedure, right? To follow a certain course or procedure. A procedure is a traditional or established way of doing things. What is traditional? Traditional is anything that is traditional or has to do with tradition is an inherited pattern of thought, which means your father and your mother then pass down this pattern of thought to their children.
Their beliefs.
Right. And then the children will grow up and raise up their children and pass down that same inherited pattern of thought to their children.
Same ideas.
But we refuse to break that cycle. The only way, you know how we break that cycle? By reading this book. You done channeled that pattern of thought with what God said. Is this pattern of thought that I've been taught all my life, is it according to what God said? Do God accept this thought, this type of thing? Because forward thought separates from God. Anytime you have, and you done conjured up some ideas that is against God, God pushes us away. Because it's forward. It's against. Traditional is the handing down of information, beliefs, or custom by word of mouth, an inherited pattern of thought and action. It also means compatible, able to exist or occur together without conflict. We're supposed to be compatible. We got to be compatible to God. I said, we must be compatible to God, which means when you come across a law that you disagree with, you have to rule your spirit. You have to make yourself break your spirit to agree with God. Go ahead, read.
And have gone and served other gods and worshipped them, either the sun or moon, or any of the host of heaven, which I have not commanded.
Either the sun or moon, or any of the hosts of heaven, which I have not commanded. All right. All religion stems from astrology.
That's right. That's correct.
All religion stems from astrology.
That's right.
And it began and it started from in the time of Nimrod. Okay? And it began and started in the time of Nimrod.
Okay.
At the Tower of Babel. When God confused the people, when God confounded those people languages at the Tower of Babel, no one understood nobody. No communication. They had to depart and separate.
Split up.
And when each and every person separated, they took sun worship with them. Took sun worship.
Everybody took that idea.
Everybody took that idea of sun worship with them.
That's right. And it be told thee that thou hast heard of it, and inquire diligently, and behold, it be true. And the thing certain that such.
Go back.
And have gone and served other gods and worshipped them, either the sun or moon, or any of the hosts of heaven, which I have not commanded. And it be told thee.
And it be told thee. So someone told you, read.
That thou hast heard of it.
And you heard of
And
it.
inquire diligently.
Now, the next thing I must do is inquire diligently. To inquire diligently, it means darashta heiti. Darashta heiti means to seek out the good. It means to seek out or inquire of the good. Read. And behold,
it be true, and the thing certain that such abomination is wrought in Israel. Then thou shalt bring forth that man or that woman which have committed that wicked thing unto thy gates, even that man or that woman, and shall stone them with stones till they die. At the mouth of 2 witnesses or 3 witnesses shall he that is worthy of death be put to death.
At the mouth of 2 witnesses or 3 witnesses shall he that is worthy of death be put to death.
But at the mouth of 1 witness he shall not be put to death. The hands of the witnesses shall be burst upon him.
Nowadays, you got to be careful with the witnesses. Because you had 2 witnesses
They both
and they both lied.
Lying witness.
They both lied. So now it's so we are all the way at the bottom, at the totem pole. The era of where we are at now, there is no justice.
At the brink.
There's no truth.
At the brink. That's where we at. That's the era we in. The brink.
Tom sheet.
And afterward, the hands of all the people,
Uh-huh.
so thou shalt put the evil away from among you.
Uh-huh.
If there arise a matter too hard for thee in judgment,
Uh-huh.
between blood
Blood
and
and
blood,
blood,
between
plea
plea and
and
plea, and between
stroke
stroke
and
and
stroke,
stroke,
being
being
matters
matters
of
of
controversy.
controversy within thy gates,
Uh-huh.
then shalt thou arise and get thee up into the place which the Lord thy God shall choose. And thou shalt come unto the priests, the Levites, and unto the judge that shall be in those days,
Mhm.
and inquire. They shall show thee the sentence of judgment.
Mhm.
If thou shalt do according to the sentence
Uh-huh.
which they of that place which the Lord shall choose, will show thee. If thou shalt observe to do according to all that they inform thee, according to the sentence of the law, which they shall teach thee, and according to the judgment which they shall tell thee, thou shalt do. Thou shalt not decline from the sentence which they shall show thee, to the right hand. nor to
Okay,
the left.
according to the sentence of the law, which they shall teach thee, and according to the judgment which they shall tell thee, thou shalt do. What are you talking about? That's the sentence and the judgment that comes up from the high priest. But we so stiff-necked and hard-headed that we turn our backs. We strive. We argue with the priests. We argue with the heads. We argue with the leaders. We argue with the ones we argue with everybody.
We argue with God.
We argue with God. So what makes you think they ain't gonna argue with the teachers and the heads and the officers? There's no protocol. Nobody honor and respect nothing. This is why nobody is able to do the laws of God. We can't serve God. We can't. Why? Because I'm looking at, I'm steady looking at, I don't have to look at the good. I got that already. Search yourself and find that evil. Find the evilness and the wickedness that's in you, that's causing you to detour. Find that. And in order to find that, you must give up pride, because you can't humble yourself. You're full of pride and you can't find the evil that's in you, that's causing you to move and think the way you're moving. Tom, see?
Thou shalt not decline from the sentence which they shall show thee to the right hand nor to the left.
Tom, see?
The man that will do presumptuously.
And the man that will do presumptuously. The Hebrew word for presumptuous is zadon. Zayin, dalet, kolam, nun. It means presumptuous. It means insolence. It means pride. It means arrogance. Insolence is what? Contemptuously rude or impertinent before or speech. Impertinent is what? Disregard for others. When you don't have no regard or consideration for others, right? Now, what is pride? Pride is inordinate self-esteem. Inordinate self-esteem. A person that arouses a feeling of deep pleasure or satisfaction. This is why we can't get. That's right. This is why we can't get a heart, because we won't give up pride. In order to get a heart, in order to receive a heart, you have to give up pride. Tom C.
Deuteronomy 17, verse 12.
Tom C.
And the man that will do presumptuously and will not hearken unto the priest that standeth to minister there before the Lord thy God, or unto the judge, even that man shall die. Thou shalt put away the evil from Israel. Verse 13. Though the people shall hear and fear, and do no more presumptuously. And when thou art come into the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, and shall possess it, and shall dwell therein, and shall say, I will set a king over me like as all the nations that are about me.
And that's our problem. You always want to follow the nation. We always want to follow the people. Anything the people have, you want. You want it. Go ahead, read.
Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose. One from among thy brethren, thou shalt set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother. But he shall not multiply horses to himself.
He shall not multiply horses.
Nor cause the people to return to Egypt.
Nor cause the people to return to Egypt.
To the end that he shall multiply horses. For as much as the Lord has said unto you, you shall henceforth return no more that way. Verse 17. Neither shall he multiply wives.
Neither shall he multiply wives.
That his heart turn not away.
That his heart turn not away. So these are things that will turn the king's heart away. It will affect the king. And this is why God said for the king not to multiply wives. Because doing these things, having many horses, many wives, these things will cause you to turn your heart. It will cause you to turn away from God. Right? Go ahead.
Neither shall he multiply wives to himself, that his heart turn not away. Neither shall he greatly multiply to himself silver and gold. And it shall be when he sitteth upon the throne of his kingdom, that he shall write him a copy of his law. They shall write him a copy. The Hebrew word for copy is mishneh. It means to sharpen. To sharpen by oral repetition. This is something that has to be repeated over and over, because that's how you sharpen yourself. By doing something over and over, now you become sharpening it. You become better. Now you become better. Tamshi. And it shall be with him, and he shall read therein all the days of his life, that he may learn to fear the Lord his God.
He said, and it shall be with him, and he shall read therein all the days of his life, that he may learn to fear God. We have to be taught how to fear God. We don't know how to fear God.
God wants to tell us. That's right.
We don't know how to fear God. We don't. We have to be taught how to fear God.
That's right.
We got to be taught how to fear God. Because we got to, look, fear is to be afraid to offend God. Be afraid to offend God. Okay? Be afraid to, look, that fear has to be built. We got to build fear. We got to build that fear in us. We don't have it, man. We don't have that 100% fear for God. Because all you got to do is get angry. Once a person get angry and get all emotional, guess what? The real you comes out.
How you really
Who
feel
you really is as that person comes out.
John comes out.
Exactly.
How you really feel comes
Lucille. Tom Sheep.
that he may learn to fear the Lord his God, and keep all the words of this law,
and keep all the words of this law,
and these statutes to do them. Verse 20, that his heart be not lifted up above his brethren.
Go to Jeremiah 13. Jeremiah chapter 13. That his heart be lifted up, that his heart be not lifted up above his brethren, that he turn not aside from the commandments to the right hand or to the left, to the end that they may prolong his days in this kingdom, he and his children in the midst of Israel. You got Jeremiah 13?
Jeremiah chapter 13.
Thompson.
Thus saith the Lord unto me,
Okay.
Go and get thee a linen girdle,
Uh-huh.
and put it upon thy loins, and put it not in water.
Go get your linen girdle, put it upon your loins, and do what?
And put it not in water.
Don't put it in water.
Don't wash it.
Don't wash it.
Read.
I got a girdle, so I got a girdle according to the word of the Lord,
Uh-huh.
and put it on my loins.
Uh-huh.
The word of the Lord came unto me the second time, saying, Take the girdle that thou hast got, which is upon thy loins,
Uh-huh.
and arise, go to the Euphrates,
Uh-huh.
and hide it there in the hole of the rock.
Mm-hmm.
So I went and hid it by the Euphrates as the Lord commanded me. And
Uh-huh.
it came to pass after many days that the Lord said unto me, Arise, go to the Euphrates, and take the girdle from thence, which I commanded thee to hide there.
Uh-huh.
Then I went to Euphrates and digged, and took the girdle from the place where I had hid it. And behold, the girdle was
The
marred.
girdle was marred.
It was profitable for nothing.
It was profitable to nothing. Go ahead, continue.
Then the word of the Lord came unto me, saying,
Uh-huh.
Thus saith the Lord,
Uh-huh.
After this manner will I mar the pride of Judah.
God has compared the nation of Israel to this marred and corrupt girdle. So now we're going to go into these words. The word marred is shakat. It means marred. It means ruined, destroyed, or corrupted. Okay? Ruin is what? To damage irreparably.
Can't fix it.
And look at the people today. No matter how many times you try to fix a person or tell a person about God and show them the ways of God, they reject it and deny it and go according to their own thoughts. No, it don't mean that way.
To their own standards.
To their own standards.
Uh-huh.
When there's only one standard
Yes,
to
yes,
live
yes,
by.
yes.
To damage irreparably. The opposite of irreparably means to repair. Okay? Now, what does repair mean? To repair, when we are repairing, or we chose and we have decided to make repairs with God. Okay? The first thing we need to do is commit ourselves to God. And when we commit, we bind ourselves by a contract. I said you bind yourselves by a contract. When you bind yourself by a contract, you make vows. You make vows. It also means to obligate. To obligate means to restrict yourself.
Obligation.
Put restrictions on yourself. And then stick to it. And then you ask God, if I don't stick to these restrictions that I have confined myself to, remember my sins at the day of my death. And remember my sins upon my seed.
Have you heard of it?
Those are things that you ask God.
Mm-hmm.
So that you know you're going to keep yourself in line.
That keeps you in.
That you know you're going to keep yourself in line.
Mm-hmm.
Why? You know why we're going to believe this? Because first, in order to do that, you got to believe God first.
You gotta believe.
You got to have some type of belief in God to do certain things.
That's
Like
right,
that.
brother. That's right, brother.
Okay? To restrict yourself to the confinements of the laws of God.
Uh-huh.
Okay? To repair means to return, to make good with God. So God said he's going to damage us irreparably, which means if we are irreparably damaged, then we're not going to betake, and we're not going to make amends. We're not going to hearken. We're not going to make no corrections.
It's impossible. It's irreparable.
It's irreparable.
Yeah.
You're not going to make no returns to God.
Mm-hmm. Like the cutoff.
So when God ruins you, he subjects you to frustration, which is to induce feelings of discouragement. I said when God ruins you, he subjects you to frustration, which is to induce feelings of discouragement. He start discouraging you away from these laws,
That's it.
from these commandments, from these statutes. To destroy means to ruin the structure or condition of your structure is also your mental condition. To corrupt means to change from what God has set up. To change from what God has set up. God got the setup. God set all this up. This is the blueprint. But people read the book and go opposite and go contrary from what the book says and go according to their own opinion. Right? Go ahead.
Thus saith the Lord, after this manner will I mar the pride of Judah.
What verse we at?
And the great pride of Jerusalem. I'm at verse 10.
Good. Time sheet.
This evil people.
This evil
Which
people.
refuse to hear my
I said
words.
this evil people.
Come on, son.
I said this evil people.
Come on, son.
That's God, man.
Which will hearken
That's
to
God. Once you don't hearken to God, you're evil. Once you do things contrary from what God said, you're evil. Once you don't follow the order, you're evil. Once you don't follow his ways, you're evil. He said, this evil people. But we don't want to hear that we're evil. We don't want to hear that. I want to hear dreams. I want to hear we're going back to the land.
Yes.
My people.
God loves the world.
Huh? He said, this evil people, which what?
Which refuse to hear my words.
Which refuse to hear my word.
Uh-oh.
Which walk in the imagination of their
Which
heart.
walk in the imagination of their what?
Of their heart.
Of their heart.
My standards.
You know what's the imagination of your heart? Sherirut. It means stubbornness. The stubbornness of your heart.
That's what keeps you listening.
Now, being stubborn is a person that is difficult to manage.
You won't listen.
Unwilling, I said unwilling to change a decision.
Can't mend them.
Just for strife's sake.
Won't think you good.
You refuse to change your decision with the ones that's above you. Your decision can't be different from your parents.
Uh-oh. You gotta say this.
You gotta have the same
You
decision.
gotta look at the way they
Uh-oh.
look at it.
Break it down, break it down, break it down.
I can't have a different decision than God.
Break it down, break it down, break it down, break it down, break it down.
And you can't have a different decision from your husband.
Break it down, break it down, break it down.
Because God said,
Same decision, same views.
God said there's honor and glory due to the parents.
Say it again, brother.
Disregard their life and the things that they're doing. They ain't my business. God said honor them. Honor your father, honor your mother.
Say it again,
So that
brother.
thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee.
Uh-huh.
No stipulations in it.
Then when you read in Leviticus 19, God said, he said, fear what? My sanctuary. And fear who? And fear
Yeah.
your parents, your father. Now, when God said to fear, it don't mean to be scared and just run off. It's not that type of fear.
Explain.
Be afraid to offend them.
That's right.
Different what I'm saying.
Be afraid to offend God.
That's right.
Don't deny it.
Okay? Unwilling to change a decision. Unwilling to change your opinion or demands. That's a hardened heart. And if you think God won't harden your heart against doing that which is lawful and right, then you got something else coming. Because he hardened Pharaoh's heart.
Yeah.
Pharaoh been wanted to let the nation go. Pharaoh wanted to let the people go from jump. But God hardened his heart so he could show him his glory. I said, God hardened his heart so he could show him his powers.
Camel Aksha.
When God hardened your heart, he hardened you against doing the things that is lawful and right by God. Just like today. The people is hardened.
That's right.
That's why you have so many bald heads.
That's right.
That's why you have so many people bald in their face. And they talking about thus saith the Lord. Thus saith the Lord. Thus saith the Lord. Go sit down till your head grow back.
Speak on it, brother.
Go sit down till your beard grow back.
Speak on it.
Go sit down till you stop eating that blood.
Yes.
Go sit down till you stop eating meat that died of itself.
Speak on it.
Go sit down and stop profaning the Sabbath day.
Speak on it, brother.
Because we don't know how to keep the day holy.
Speak on it, brother.
I said we don't know how to keep this day holy. You know the rules is? You know where we find the rules at? In the book.
That's right.
It's not according to my mind and what I think.
Not how you.
Not according to my mind and what I say. What the book said. What God said. What God said. Let's read verse 10 still, right? Middle of 10.
This evil people which refuse to hear my words, which walk in the imagination of their heart, and walk after other gods to serve them.
Walk after other gods to serve them. To go after other gods, it means to have the same view as the common people.
Save you.
Happy New Year.
I said to have the same view as the common people. Are you the common people? No, I ain't common neither.
Not common.
I said I ain't common.
That's right.
No, the common people don't observe and watch and worship God.
That's
That's
right.
right.
I said the common people defecate on God. I'm not common.
Regular people.
I'm not regular.
That's right. I'm not a regular
The
person.
average Joe.
To go after also means to resemble or to be like the common people. Okay, go ahead, read.
And to worship them
Uh-huh.
shall even be as this girdle,
Uh-huh.
which is good for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 11. For as the girdle cleaveth to the loins of a man, so have I caused to cleave unto me the whole house of Israel.
He said, as the girdle that cleaves to the loins of a man, he said, I have caused the nation of Israel to cleave to me. Join me. And how do we join and cleave to God? By taking heed to the covenant. By taking heed to his laws. That is the beginning of cleaving to God. Keeping his laws, keeping his commandments and statutes. Go ahead.
Said the Lord, that they might be unto me for a people,
Uh-huh.
and for a name,
Uh-huh.
and for a praise,
Uh-huh.
and for a glory,
Glory.
but they would not hear.
That they may be for a people, for a name, for a praise, for a glory, but they will not hear. You see what that, you hear that? God would glorify us and praise us and uplift us if we glorify and praise him.
That's fair.
That's fair. But how you want God to love you, but you don't love God?
Uh-oh.
I said, how you want God to love you, but you don't show your love for God? How do you show your love for God? By taking heed to his ways, taking heed to these laws, taking heed to these commandments, reading about these godly men and these godly women and following after their ways. I said, they are the example. God already showed you how to act. Oh man, oh thou son of man. I said, God already showed you how you should act, oh woman. You know how to act? By reading the book and acting like Abraham. Act like Sarah. Act like Isaac. Act like Rebecca. Follow after these godly men and these godly women that has gained the attention of God. They got that,
God
man.
accepted them.
And God accepted them, man.
They are accepted.
These are the chosen people. I said, these are the chosen people. God haven't chosen us yet because we haven't made our mind up to serve God. We are the chosen people of the big. You ain't chosen.
That's not automatic.
Chosen ain't no automatic here. You gotta earn that now. I said, we gotta earn that now to be chosen and elected by God by how we live. and the things that we do in life. Tamshi.
Therefore thou shalt speak unto them this word. Thus saith the Lord God of Israel, every bottle shall be filled with wine. They shall say unto thee, do we not certainly know that every bottle shall be filled with wine? Then thou shalt say unto them, thus saith the Lord, behold, I will fill all the inhabitants of this land, even the kings that sit upon David's throne, and the priests and the prophets, and all the inhabitants of Jerusalem with drunkenness.
Drunkenness.
And I will dash them one against another.
And I will dash them one against the other.
Right.
You know what dash means? Dash means to disperse, to scatter, to fling away, to divide. So when we talk about unity, that's a dream that has not happened yet. We hope to be unified, where we all be in one place serving God under one law and one rule. But it's sad to say, it's a good thing, and I ain't speaking against it because God loves it, and God accepts it, and said it's a beautiful thing. But it's only beautiful when we are doing the things that is lawful and right by God.
That's what makes it beautiful.
That's what makes it beautiful.
That's what makes unity
right.
beautiful.
We can't be unified with different ideas. You got a different train of thought. This one got a different train of thought. This one got a different train of thought. Nowadays, the house itself ain't unified. Everybody that live under the same roof got a different mindset. Brothers and sisters, everybody's mind is gone.
Right.
Ain't that something? They ain't never was like that in the book.
That's right.
A whole house thought the same.
That's right.
And who is the pace setter of how we should think?
Power.
The head.
Yeah.
You got the children, you got sons, daughters, wives, cousins, uncles, everybody going against the head.
That's right.
No. You know what that tell me? You can't serve God. Because if you could disregard the head, then God gave you this man to be your head. We don't choose our teachers. We don't choose our guides. We don't choose none of that. I said, God put these people to show you the intricacy of the law.
That's why he's in front.
So you will learn the law through the teacher. You understand better.
Oh, say it again?
You will understand better.
Again.
When we buck the teacher in the law, God said, Exodus chapter 22, he said, thou shalt not revile. Elohim, lo tiqualel. That's in the law.
Israelites do that every day. Break that law.
Exodus chapter 22. Go ahead, read. Where we at?
Jeremiah chapter 13, verse 14. And I will dash them one against
And
another,
I will dash them one against another.
even the fathers and the sons
The
together,
fathers and the sons together.
saith the Lord.
Uh-huh.
I will not pity,
I will not
nor
pity.
spare,
I will not spare.
nor have mercy,
Nor have mercy.
but destroy them.
It comes at a point of time of no return.
That's right.
It comes a point of time in life when we have went and delved into wickedness and we went too far. Where God drawing a line and say, I'm not showing you no more mercy. I'm not giving you no more grace. Tamshi.
Hear ye and give ear.
Uh-huh.
Be not proud, for the Lord has spoken.
Uh-huh.
Give glory to the Lord your God before he caused darkness.
Uh-oh.
And before you
Wait a minute. He said, what verse is
give
that?
glory, 16.
He said, give what?
Give glory to the Lord your God
Give glory to the Lord thy God
before he caused darkness.
before he causes darkness.
And before your feet stumble upon the dark mountain.
Did we get that? Give glory to God before you go to jail.
Give glory to God before you end up in the hospital with cancer and AIDS. Give glory to God before you get pushed in front of that bus.
Right.
Why we wait until we in deep trouble to turn to God? We always wait till we in deep trouble to make our mind up or to decide to turn to God. And then when we're in the bed where we can't move, now you want to pray. Now you want to start doing. But guess what? When a person gets healed, he forget.
That's right.
He forget his past. You know that's the problem with people today. You forgot you ate porcupine. And the same person that ate porcupine wanna jump in people's face that never ate a porcupine.
I ain't know people eat porcupine with God.
It's true though.
Man, remember your past.
Yeah, porcupine.
And by you remembering your past, it will keep you in the humble mindset. You will never jump above your breeches. Hold up. Let me put the brakes on. Do I know who I'm talking to? I'm talking to a person that ain't never celebrate Christmas. I'm talking to a person that never celebrate Thanksgiving. I'm dealing with a person that was serving God from his youth. I'm talking to a person that never profaned the Sabbath day. But there are people that just learned about God want to jump up in Mount Fias.
Yeah. I stand up to that. I stand up to that. I stand up to that.
Do you think your understanding of God is more or the same as a person that's been doing this for 60 years and you only got 6 months?
Yeah, say it again.
6 months!
Yeah, say it again. I'm gonna stand up to that.
And you want to come jump in Mount Fias?
Yeah, I'm gonna stand up to that. Baruch Shemo. Baruch Shemo.
Come on, man. Y'all really need to stand down. Pride is what got you above your breeches, like you Queen Esther or something, or Melchizedek.
What got me up
Queen Esther or Melchizedek.
there? What got me up there?
Your pride.
Yeah. Yeah. Talk that.
I said Queen Esther and Melchizedek.
Talk that.
Ain't no more Queen Esther and Melchizedek here. Stand down. Get rid of the pride. So I can humble myself to who God says to humble yourself to.
Yeah, talk that, brother.
And while ye look for light, he turned it into the shadow of death.
Are you looking for light? You looking for light?
No hope.
But God is not going to lead you to the light. You know why God ain't going to lead you to the light? Because I done delved and went too far into wickedness.
Uh-oh.
So therefore, you think you're going to find light, you found darkness. You found nothing but darkness. And as I continue, it gets darker and darker. It gets darker and darker until I can't see nothing.
Can't see no more.
Because I can't see no more. Go ahead.
Verse 17. But if you will not hear it,
But if you would not hear it,
my soul shall weep in secret places for your pride.
wait, who's that? Huh? Who's saying that?
But if you will not
I
hear
said,
it,
who's saying that? God's saying that.
Uh-oh.
You think God want to smash you?
Uh-oh.
God really don't want to smash you.
Uh-oh.
I said, God really don't want to hang you on the light pole.
Not even.
Because God do not delight in the death of the wicked. But we have not made our mind up to turn towards God. We ain't made our mind up to turn to God. We didn't make our mind up. Because when you make your mind up,
How you make your mind up? How you make your
your
mind up?
mind is truly made up, you will be able to recognize when you went wrong.
Yeah.
You will recognize where you went wrong at with God.
And make it right.
I'm not going to continue to go back and forth with the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob like you ain't did no wrong.
Yeah.
It comes a point in time when you say this to yourself. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I shouldn't have did this. Maybe I shouldn't have did that. Because this is a person that is trying to make corrections with themselves. So because I'm trying to make corrections and become better with God, I question myself and say, well, you know what? I may have shouldn't have done that. I probably shouldn't have walked that way.
Talk to him.
I probably shouldn't have talked like that.
I said, talk to
I
him.
probably shouldn't have did a flip like that.
Talk to him.
Right, stop.
Who are you talking to?
You, me. Whether you recognize now, later, 2 months later,
That's when
but when you don't never recognize and when you don't never see your faults, you know what road you on? Yeah. You know the road that you on?
Destruction. Talk about it, brother. Speak on it, brother.
Let's read.
But if you will not hear it, my soul shall weep in secret places for your pride,
For your pride, read.
and mine eyes shall weep sore and run down with tears, because the Lord's flock is carried away captive.
The Lord's flock is carried away captive. God said he gonna cry for you.
Yeah.
He said, because look what you made me do. And while you going, you see this mother crazy little creep. This is what you're making me do to you, man. And while you doing it, you crying.
Because he really don't want to do that.
I said, while God is doing it, you crying. I told you don't do that to me. I told you don't text me, man. He grab you, take you and hang. I told you, stop texting me. You don't want to burst. Don't make God's head burst. You know when God's head bursts, that's the point of no return. And that's when he'll take you and skin you inside out and cry while he's skinning you inside out.
It said it right there. My right hand shall not spare. Shall not. It said, shall not. It's going down. It's going down.
We don't want God to get to that point. Tom, see? Verse
And mine eyes shall weep sore and run down with tears, because the Lord's flock is carried away captive. Verse 18. Say unto the king and to the queen, humble yourselves.
Uh-oh.
Sit down.
Uh-oh. He said, say unto the king
Humble yourselves.
and say to the queen,
The queen too.
stand down.
Sit down.
Go back.
Sit down.
Sit your butt down.
Sit down.
Humble yourself. Shut up.
Shut up.
That's what that means.
That's what it means. Take too highly of yourself.
Right down. Sit.
That's what it means.
Oh, man.
Huh?
I've been telling people to sit down.
I said, that's what it means. Humble yourself.
Yeah, that's big.
Humble yourself.
I beat that.
Because at this point in time, our standards with God, very low. Very low.
I gotta reevaluate. I gotta read.
He says, sit down. For what?
For your principalities shall come down.
For your principalities
He said, pipe
shall
down.
decline. I say your principalities shall decline. Now look what the principalities is.
That's the
Mad
way.
Abshut.
That's the way.
Mem Resh Aleph Shin Kolam Tau. Principalities.
That's the ways, man.
It means your standards
Yeah.
and your dominion. Right? Your standards and your dominion. God said your dominion shall decline. What is the dominion now? Your dominion is your supreme authority. Right? The supreme authority, you know what supreme authority is? Power over the constellations.
Look what I said. Look, to be able to
Depart, man. I said power over the constellations. Now you see how and why Joshua was able to stop the sun. Stand out. He just commanded the sun. He didn't pray to God. He commanded the sun to stop.
No, he ain't pretty God. He ain't even talking.
No, but this is the power that God gave to Adam
Yeah.
from the beginning. They had power to control the constellations.
Yeah, he
And
didn't-
that's God's creation.
And they listen.
And they're going to listen.
Yeah.
But we lost that now.
Yeah, that's
We don't have that power no more.
going.
That's why God looked at Moses and said, hey,
He said, you
he
got
said,
it.
why are you calling me?
He said, you got it, man.
He said, why you calling me,
take the
Moses,
rod
man?
in my hand.
He said, go take the rod and go split the sea.
He said, you got it.
He said, you got it,
He
man.
said, you got the juice.
Like Enter the Dragon. He said, I got
Got the glow.
You got the glow.
Got the glow. Moses had the glow.
Glowing.
All like juice. You got the juice.
The juice.
You got it.
You got it, man. But we lost all that. We lost it, man. I said we lost it.
The glow.
We lost it, man.
Show them.
The standards is something set up and established by authority or rule. The structure that was built by God. Tom sheet.
For your principalities shall come down, even the crown of your glory. The cities of the south shall be shut up, and none shall open them. Judah shall be carried away, captive, all of it. It shall be wholly carried away captive.
Tom sheet.
Verse 20. Lift up your eyes and behold them that come from the north. Where is the flock that was given thee, that beautiful flock? What wilt thou say when he shall punish thee? But thou hast taught them to be captains and as chief over thee. And shall not sorrows take thee as a woman in travail? And if thou say in thine heart, wherefore come these things upon me? For the greatness of thine iniquity are thy skirts discovered, and thy heels
The
made
greatness
bare.
of thine iniquity. He said, that's why you're so quick to uncover and reveal yourself, because you're filled with sin. He said, the greatness of thine iniquity are thy skirts discovered, and your heels made bare. Because the innocence and the virtue in you will tell you to cover up.
Oh, say it again.
But because you ain't got no virtue in you, let's see it. See it? You want to see?
Uh-oh.
See it? You want to see? Pick a skirt up, pick everything up. Look, see?
No virtue.
No virtue.
Virtue covers
No virtue.
appearance and behavior.
Virtue covers what?
Appearances and
Virtue covers your appearance
and behavior.
and your behavior.
Uh-oh.
That's what virtue covers.
That's right.
Time sheet.
Can the Ethiopian change his skin?
Can an Ethiopian change his skin? No. Can an Ethiopian change his skin? No.
Or the leopard his spots?
Or the leopard his spots?
Then may he also do good that are accustomed to do evil.
Uh-oh.
That
That's a
says
question.
that's a lot. This verse just said a whole lot. Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil.
You can't even bring yourself.
The word accustomed, you can't serve God. There's no way you're able to serve God being accustomed. When you're accustomed, see, you know what's the problem? We're accustomed to doing things, but we refuse to break.
You ain't gonna realize.
I could be accustomed. I could be accustomed to doing things and walking one way. But when I realize that if God don't like it, break yourself
You ain't gonna
and
realize.
stop doing it.
Uh-oh.
When I realize this is not the way, break yourself and
Yeah.
stop doing it.
Say-
I cannot break you.
Yeah.
You gotta break
Break
you.
yourself. That's why he said break yourself.
You gotta break you.
Yeah.
To be accustomed means to make familiar through practice. You done made yourself familiar by practice. And by practice, anything you practice becomes a habit.
That's right. It becomes happy.
It becomes a habitual.
Yeah.
So
Because of our-
the laws and the commandments of God can become habitual.
That's
I
right.
just gotta read it every day
Apply it.
and apply it to
That's
myself.
right.
Every day.
Rub it on the cheek.
Every day I must be reading these laws, commandments, and statutes and applying it to myself.
Rub it on my chest.
Every day.
Rub it on
So
my
that
chest.
these laws can grow on you.
That's right.
You can get accustomed of doing it.
That's right.
I can't get accustomed of observing the Shabbat day if I keep missing it.
That's right.
If I sit in the chair for 2 minutes, I'm moving and I'm fidgety.
That's right.
And I can't sit still because I haven't been sitting in these chairs for a while.
Talk about
I'm in and out with God.
it. Talk about it. Talk about it. Talk about
I'm
it.
in and out. Go ahead.
Verse 24. Therefore will I scatter them as the stubble that passeth away by the wind of the wilderness. This is thy lot.
Therefore will I scatter them as the stubble that passeth away by the wind of the wilderness. You hear that, man? God goes,
On your way.
Go ahead.
This is thy lot,
The
the portion of thy measures from me,
saith
saith the Lord, because thou hast forgotten me and trusted in falsehood.
Uh-huh.
Therefore will I discover thy skirts upon thy face, that thy shame may appear.
Uh-huh.
I have seen thine adulteries and thy neighings, the lewdness of thy whoredoms, and thine abominations in the hills, in the fields. Woe unto thee, O Jerusalem! Wilt thou not be made clean? When shall it once be?
And with that, I hope everybody got what was bought.
Oh.
And I'm saying Shabbat Shalom. Anybody have any questions? Any questions? If you don't have any questions, we'll be starting up tomorrow at 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Teachers will be started up by 11 o'clock.
Oh, thank you.
Sure.